Hi, I'm Ashley. I'm an angel intuitive, psychic medium, energy healer, and spiritual coach. I want to talk about awakening. Awakening to our own energy, awakening to the divine within us, our own divinity, awakening to the nudges that we are so many of us on the planet right now are being we're feeling the nudge for more. We're feeling the nudge for like our true happiness, like what's going to really make us happy, what's really going to bring us joy. And in awakenings and spiritual awakenings, and I believe we have many in our lifetime, I feel like there's many opportunities to awaken, and maybe we awaken a little bit as all those opportunities come, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to just take the opportunity when it comes to us. We might see synchronicities all around us, repetitive numbers on the microwave, on your phone, on the car radio. We might see certain, maybe feathers or coins or birds. Things might catch our eye around in our environment. There might be a song that you heard, and the message of the song came at the exact right time that you needed to hear that, and it brought you some peace and love and grounding in that time. And awakenings. So I believe that we have many little opportunities for awakenings. And it's really our divine free will, whether we choose to give our attention or awareness and open up to that. And it's okay if we don't, because it's all divinely guided, I really feel. But I feel like right now on the planet, and for many years, we have all been awakening. And I woke myself. I wasn't born a psychic medium. I wasn't born fully awake. And yes, I had an interest in spirituality and I believed in mediums and I always wanted to be a medium. Never thought I could because I wasn't born open, feeling energy, intuitive. And it wasn't until later on in my life when I had my big awakening, which was through the birth of my first child. And awakenings often happen through really either beautiful events like a birth, through challenges, through discomfort, through trauma, through near death experiences, through really joyous situations. But an awakening is when we are going through an awakening. It's like our awareness, we can't help but notice, be a little bit more mindful of things around us that are happening and more mindful really about energy. Because when you're going through an awakening, you're actually feeling more, you're more open and you're just naturally opened. And so you might be seeing angel numbers all the time. You might be feeling these internal nudges like, I need something, I need a change. Maybe you're not happy at your in your career anymore, and that can be really hard for me. That was the start of my awakening, is I had a career that I loved. I was in it for 16 years. I worked very hard to earn a degree and diploma in, and I loved it. And I really thought it was part of one of my big life purposes until I went back to work after maternity leave and everything changed. I didn't have that passion like I had before. I wasn't happy. And that hurt. That was really hard to move through because it left me feeling a little lost. It left me feeling not good enough. Like I worked so hard. I've loved this job. I love this work. Why do I feel like I'm just not in it anymore? Why am I not happy? Why am I feeling this like just this energy of like, I don't want to be here anymore. And that was really hard to move through. And it's very common for us to experience that in awakening, no matter the situation. I was yearning for something more. And that confused the heck out of me, especially when I thought that I was really grounded in my career. And so as I continued to feel more out of alignment and as I continued to move forward in life and just really out of alignment, I couldn't help but reach out for support. And because I was already really spiritual and um, I was attuned to Reiki, and I just was open to so much energetic support. I reached out, um, and received a reading, and through that reading was guided that, this, you are going through an awakening, and you are actually shifting right into alignment, even though you feel like you're really not. And that the spiritual path is for me if I choose to, because it's my divine free will. And so I began working with a mentor to learn more about my energy and my connection with spirit, and deepening that connection. And this is just for me though, I always loved mediumship. I watched Sylvia Brown growing up with my grandmother. I was like, I always wanted to be a medium, but never believed that I could. And so when the opportunity came to work with a mentor to open up my abilities, I was just like, yeah, let's just see what happens. Let's just see how this goes. I love learning about this stuff. If anything, this will be really, maybe I can just like read cards for myself a little bit more easier and live a more spiritually connected life, right? And for a lot of us, for many people, like we don't have a spiritual awakening to go and open up our intuitive abilities. That's not a path for everyone. For lots, it is, and that's totally up to you. But for many people, in their spiritual awakening is also just to become more connected with yourself, become more connected with your energy, understanding how you are affected by other people's energy, understanding the energy that you put out through your thoughts. That if we are thinking in this cycle of like, I never have enough, I can't get ahead, I'm just like, I want more money, I want more happiness, I can't find the love of my life. Like, why isn't this happening? Why is it like that in itself? Sorry, my light tends to go off by itself. It's so strange. Um, to understand that those thoughts are energy. Energy is thoughts. And when we think that, we're putting those thoughts out into the world, and we're literally, the universe is like, okay, that's what you're focused on. That's the energy you're putting out. That's what I'm going to give you back. And then we're stuck in that, like, not being able to find that love of our life, not being able to, like it's going through relationship after relationship, or not really feeling settled, and, all the things, right? So there's so much, like everything is energetics in this life. Everything is energy. And when we open and awaken to our divine energy, how that we are energetic beings, and that we can create a life that is so abundant, and a life where we are doing what we love, a career that we love, where we are living, where we are so in love living. Maybe you're feeling the nudge to move right now. Maybe you're being called to because there's more abundance for you in the next city that you live in. Maybe you're being called to end a relationship because you're feeling it within you that is just not in alignment anymore. And that could be really hard. Maybe you're being called to a whole other career path. Whatever you're feeling the nudge towards right now, I encourage you just to sit with that and think about that and journal on it. What am I coming back to thinking about often? What do I think about often? Like, what do I really desire right now? So write down, like, what do you desire? What do you desire in your life right now? And be as detailed as you want. And then just leave it. Just leave it. Come back to it in a day or two. Let the energy settle around that. Because when we're journaling and when we're getting everything out of our energy and onto paper, it's making space within our own energy just to be and to allow the abundance to come in. And it can be very freeing and bring you so much clarity when we journal. So if you feel like you are resonating with anything that I'm talking about right now, I'm encouraging you just to journal. Write out what you really want for yourself. Even if like you're like, I don't know how this would ever happen, like maybe in a whole other lifetime, yeah, right, kind of thing. But like if you desire it, I'm gonna say this, and this is so powerful. I want you to really think about this. If you have a desire within you for something, it is not for no reason. We don't desire things that aren't for us. We just don't. I don't desire to, work and I'm in a hospital, for example, right? Like I have zero desire for that. Like that path is just not for me. Like it's not within my energy. I desire to use my intuitive abilities to support people in their life, to open their abilities to awaken to their own energy so that they can create the life of abundance that they desire and that they can. My desire is to support spiritual entrepreneurs with their business so that they can serve and help so many other people. My desire is to be a mother and to spend time with my family, with my kids, to be a big part of their life. Like those are my desires. And a lot of that I wasn't desiring 10 years ago. But after my awakening, as I was moving through it, I sat with this. I did this journaling. What do I really desire? What would I love right now? But what would a perfect day look like? What would a perfect week look like in my life right now? What would that consist of? What would my daily life look like and be like? So I want you to think about that. And I'm going to leave it at this. But reach out, comment below if you have any questions. I urge you to just, if you feel called to journal on this, go for it. See what comes out for you, and just sit with it and sit with it. And if you have any questions, if you want to connect, I offer a spiritual coaching session, spiritual development session to support you on your path. I'll tune into your energy, see what's kind of going on right now with your energy, support you with developing your intuitive abilities, just having a chat in general. Reach out anytime. You can access my website below and let me know. I'm curious. Comment below. How did your journaling go? What came out for you? Anything? I'd love to know.